This morning, new condemnation from both sides of the aisle of President Trump's response to a Hollywood tragedy.
I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all.
After the deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle, the president posting on social media yesterday morning before any suspect or arrest was announced. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome.
Hi, this is Nnamdi. Welcome back to African Viewpoints. So there is this, backlash that is going on now against Donald Trump for the post that he made concerning the death of this Hollywood director, a renowned Hollywood director, Rob Reiner, and his wife, that was murdered allegedly by his son, Nick. So it happens that Donald Trump posted, rest in peace, but added other unpalatable, sentences in his post, which in my opinion is wrong. He should have stayed away. He should have said nothing. He should have not, posted. And I know a lot of people, even on his side, on the Republican and conservative side, people are coming out to condemn that act. It's wrong. And I think it's wrong. I am his big fan. I am his big fan from Africa. I love Donald Trump, but the things that he says sometimes is awful, and this is one of them. So I'm going to call him out for it. I'm not going to just blindly be supporting him in whatever he does. All right, but I'm glad that most of the things he is doing, I'm in for it. So, but this has to be, called out. He has to be called out on this. Let's call a spade a spade. This has to do with the life of a man and his wife, that were brutally murdered by his son. And only for you now to come and, put up this type of kind of message. I understand, even if the man is suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, he shouldn't have mixed politics with it. This is something that is so painful. He has family members, loved ones and around the world that are mourning the death, his sudden death. And only for him to say that is wrong. You understand? So I hope he had kept quiet or just said rest in peace. And everybody will move on. But unfortunately, that's it. It is what it is right now. So somebody, I was scrolling, through X. I was scrolling through X, and somebody was saying that everybody is mad about what Donald Trump posted concerning this man, but nobody now remembers what Rob Reiner said concerning Donald Trump assassin when he was the failed attempted assassination. That Rob Reiner allegedly said that the assassin shouldn't have missed killing Donald Trump. But I went into the internet. I tried looking for that that statement, be it in a text or video. I couldn't find it. But even if I found it, it does not still justify the type of post that President Donald Trump put out. It's wrong, and he's just giving his enemies and his distractors every reason and opportunity to come at him. Okay, so he shouldn't have said it. And a lot of people on the right even are saying good things about this man, because I know one thing is this: no matter how bad someone sees you, there's someone else that sees the good in you. Just like you, Donald Trump, most of the liberals or most of the people on the left and the mainstream media always don't see anything good. Even if you found a cure for cancer, they will still find a way to twist it to dump on you. But you still have a lot of people, millions of people that still love you, including me. Okay? I love you. I like what you're doing. You are bringing sanity back to the United States. You are trying to sanitize what the liberals, Joe Biden and the Obamas and the Clintons have caused in the United States. You are trying to clean it up, and they are fighting you here and there. And I like the way you are standing up for people, standing up for the Christians, even coming to my country, fighting up for us. I love it. But it's still somebody that loves you that will still tell you the truth. This, you didn't get it right. For saying what you said or posted what is posted, concerning the death of this man was wrong. So that being said, I want to show you a video of James Wood, who is also a conservative, a staunch conservative, who may probably be a supporter of Donald Trump. He has spoken well of Rob Reiner, and this is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to play the video. While I play the video, I will comment as it goes.
Actor James Woods joins me now.
Would have seen, it's impossible to talk about him in the past tense, but I'd be at a party at my friend's house, and people who didn't know that Rob and I knew each other, they'd see us laughing and kidding each other, and they'd go, "How is it that you and Rob Reiner are friends?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" They said, "Well, you're so different in your politics and so on." I said, "Look, let me explain something about Rob Reiner so that you know. First of all, I judge people by how they treat me, and Rob Reiner was a godsend in my life. We got along great. We loved each other. We had more fun together doing a very serious subject. It was a way to kind of get through it. And he was always on my side. But when people would say to me, "Well, what do you think of his politics?" I would say, "I think Rob Reiner is a great patriot." Do I agree with some of or many of his ideas on how that patriotism should be enacted to celebrate the America that we both love? No. But he doesn't agree with me either, but he also respects my patriotism. We had a different path to the same destination, which was a country we both loved. And when people would say terrible things to me on social media about him, I said, "You got it all wrong. And yes, I can see how you can disagree with him, but because you disagree with people doesn't mean that you have to hate people." And what Rob and I could do, Rob and I could sit in a room. I could sit in a room with Sean Penn, by the way. I could sit in a room with a lot of my liberal friends and say, "Look, I think you're wrong about this, this, and this." And they could say the same to me. And we would find a way to work it out. And that was one of the great things.
All right. Yes, that is how politics should have been. You disagree with somebody, and that's it. You tell the person that disagree with you and still get along. But in the United States, I don't think that's the case now. This is the reason why you see a lot of killing, like Charlie Kirk. Somebody will murder you or kill you just because of your political stance or your perspective of your viewpoint of politics. In politics, people will kill you, literally kill you. And unfortunately, this is mostly being done, is coming from the left. Even though I know Donald Trump is all about the rhetoric, he says it and all that. But the people that are perpetrating this violence against their political opponents are the liberals. You cannot, take them apart. You cannot separate them. In as much as I condemn what Donald Trump said or what the things that he might have said wrong, and especially in this case, I will also draw the attention that, yes, like James Wood is saying, that's what it should be. That's what politics should be. You don't have to alienate somebody, or excommunicate somebody simply because he or she does not agree with your politics. But he says that both of them agree. Good for them. You understand? Good for them. Look at this man, what do you call him? Robert De Niro. I understand he's also having Trump derangement syndrome. I watched his video where he was ranting about Donald Trump and using all kinds of, obscene words and languages and using some kind of terrible language to describe and call him. And he was just exhibiting how much he hated Donald Trump. And in my opinion, from that exhibition of his hatred towards Donald Trump, if he had the opportunity to kill Donald Trump, I believe he might. So that's the same thing. But just like James Wood is explaining, this should be the same. This should have been the way it should be. I disagree with you, but we get along. Say let there be a healthy debate. You debate over your policy or why you support this, why you support this, and that. You debate why you support this and that. And then you get along and try to make sense out of your stance or your beliefs. But that's not the case in the United States now. Everything has become very toxic. And it's very unfortunate that it's getting to this. And this is the reason I don't really, and I know most people on both sides criticize Donald Trump for making that post. However, I also want to point out something. You saw at the beginning of this video, I showed the post that he made that was shown by one of, I think it's Good Morning America, or I got it from one of these mainstream media, whatever. But they cut off the beginning of the post and the ending of the post and just highlighted and just showed only the bad remarks that he made, the awful remarks that he made in that post. But he started that post with rest in peace to this man. He started the post and ended with rest in peace at the same time. But that does not mean that I'm giving excuses for his post, for Donald Trump's post. It's still wrong, even though he said rest in peace at the beginning and at the end. But I'm only making this point to show you how bad they want Donald Trump to look, and he's giving them that reason. He's giving them the ammunition that they need in order for him to look that bad. And they are very good. Look at BBC, how they are, cutting off, editing their videos to make Donald Trump look bad. The same thing here now that he has given them a very good, perfect reason to make him look bad, and now they are using it again instead of them to show the whole of the text from the context where he started and to the end where he stopped. But they didn't highlight it. They didn't show it at all. They should have shown everything and highlight where they want to read out. You understand? And any person in his or her own discretion that is watching the the news would decide whether to read the first and the last part of that post. But they decided to cut it off and now only show the very part that he made awful remarks against this man's death. So that's my point. So if America should get back to this kind of politics where we disagree but we get along, it's going to be great. But let's play some more.
About him. He was a real thinker when you had a chance to talk to him. And a lot of people just don't think anymore. And look, I knew and by the way, we're talking about a tragedy here about Rob and Michelle,
Right.
Two extraordinary, lovely people. And you can't forget how important it is, because that marriage, Michelle did in Rob's life what Rob did in my life at a time when I needed him. And
So I think I don't want to play the whole of the video, but I'm playing this video to make a point. And the point is that no matter how bad somebody is, there is good side of them. And I will not hide it. Even though I do not agree with Rob Reiner, I don't really know him very well, but from what I'm hearing about him and what I'm seeing about him, it's not somebody that I would have agreed in politics. But that does not still mean that we should demonize him or try to say awful things about him after his death and the way and the manner by which he died. It's not right. Okay, so that's the point I'm trying to bring, that even people that may be Trump supporters are coming in defense of this man, are coming to say that this man was a good man. And whether he was good or bad, this has to do with death. And death that has to do that he died, the way he died was in a very awful way. We don't have to say what awful things about the dead, especially in this condition of America's politics. So that's my point. So, what say you? You have watched it and seen what I'm trying to make it, the point that I'm trying to make. So, what say you? Do you think that Donald Trump, what he posted, was right or wrong? Let's put our feelings aside and be objective. So being objective is the right thing to do. When you look at it, this man has a family, and unfortunately, and in a very bad way, the son was allegedly the person responsible for this murder. Okay, so it's a very big issue, and it shouldn't happen to even your worst enemy. So, but if you have a different opinion, or whatever you have, or your opinion, whatever you have in mind, you can always put it in the comment section below. And as I've always said, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. That's the way you can support this channel to move forward and encourage me that, hey, that people are still, having a peep at my videos. So do so, and it will really, really go a long way to encouraging me to put out more videos like this. So, stay blessed, stay out of trouble, and God bless you. And see you in my next video. Bye-bye.